the Lakers beat the Clippers again. They've now beaten them twice in a 3-day span. They beat them 3 times in a row. The Lakers overall have won 6 in a row. And guys, they are 18-4 in their last 22 games. So over a 6-week period, they have the best record in the NBA. They are now 17 games, over 500. The big stories for me, guys, Luka has a big night at crypto. He talked about that after the last Clipper game. He wanted that. Dalton Connect is back, and Vando makes winning plays, and the Lakers are number 2 in the West. Big game.
Yeah, I mean, look, to be missing 2 critical players and then Goodwin being out as well, the team knew they had to come together and someone was going to have to step up. And, you know, I thought Connect coming in really helped them secure some buckets to keep them in the game, to enhance their lead. He had some big threes. But for me tonight, you know, it was guys like Vanderbilt. There was one possession where he got 3 offensive rebounds there. Keep the ball alive. Players like that. Vinny Smith. I thought that Gabe's defense was pretty good. So a really good collective effort. But Luka finally starting to find his groove. He had some big threes, and you know he's very tricky with the basketball, drawing fouls. I thought just collectively they kept their poise when the Clippers, when Kawhi Leonard started to get hot and Zubac started to get those. They kept their poise, took a timeout, came back, and kept it under control and got the W.
Yeah, Dorian Finney-Smith, I believe, was a plus 23 going into those final seconds. I think the shock of that trade, I think the Lakers were great with letting him take his time, work his way back, and he looks healthy. His effort has been awesome. And Rob, listen, he said it after the postgame show, like, I'm not playing great yet. I haven't had a good shooting game yet here in Crypto.com Arena, but I love these fans. But tonight he made sure. He had 5 threes, in control the whole game, 29 points, 9 assists, 6 rebounds, but also that fadeaway bank falling away, right? Like just all those kind of plays, Rob, down the stretch that were just huge.
Yeah, it was huge because he's that type of guy that's a rhythm player. He, you know, he hasn't really been in his rhythm yet, but he's getting there little by little. I don't think he was in his rhythm tonight because he's still 5 for 12. But once he gets into that rhythm, he's going to be amazing. And plus, I think it has a lot to do with the defense because we just talked about Ty Lue as an excellent guy at running different defenses at star players, and he's proven that throughout his career. But I think Luka and the whole team is getting more and more comfortable as a whole. You look at the way Dalton Connect played tonight. You look at the way Gabe and all the other guys that play. Of course, you know, the 40-year-old. But to me, I'm so excited because I still don't think they're clicking like they can. Because if you really think about it, Luka, even though he had the points, right? He didn't shoot the ball well still, though.
Yeah.
And Luka's standard. So, and you look at the way LeBron's playing. Look at the whole team playing with 2 starters out. So I'm so excited for this team that, you know, they can do more damage the better they get, the more games they play.
Yeah, no Rui, no AR. That's a great point. And James, one way for LA fans to fall in love with you quickly is 60 points against the Clippers in 2 nights. That's what Luka did.
Yeah, and the other thing, too, with Luka, you have to remember, you know, he was out since December. So I still think he's gradually also getting his body and mind into better shape. You know, the more minutes he plays, the more his stamina increases. And so that's another thing, too. He's going to, you know, get in tip-top condition. And, you know, he's still getting used to his teammates. You know, he seems to be able to know where they are now. You can tell he's making some blind passes and some passes where he knows they should be. So when that starts to click even more, you know, we haven't seen the best of him yet. But I think when he gets to where he's really comfortable and in the tip-top shape he wants to be in, boy, he's already exciting. He's got this crowd in the palm of his hand.
Yeah, Lakers were on fire from 3 guys, 18 of 42 for 43%, 5 different Lakers with multiple threes. But Rob, we have to give Dalton Connect his flowers. He felt, listen, he had a good game the other night, 3 for 6. But tonight, it was different. And when I say he's back, it was everything. The demeanor, the body language, the smile, the swag, the quick release, the rebounds, everything that he gave this team, Rob. And by the way, he got 25 minutes.
Yeah, 25 minutes, probably the most minutes he's played in a long time. And sometimes when you got, you know, when you look at players, they have this thing called ballers. You know, they're players. When the lights come on, they come on. And that's how I feel about Dalton Connect. You know, he's one of those guys. He's going to be a streaky shooter. Because when you play alongside great guys and you don't get a lot of consistent shots, you're going to be streaky. But this guy, to me, I've said it from day one, if he was on any other team, he'd probably be Rookie of the Year. Because this dude is just that good. He just need opportunity to get out there and show you what he can do because he can play defense. He doesn't play well as, of course, Vando, but he's a very capable defender. He's a really good offensive rebounder. He's one of the sneak guys who's getting to get some deep offensive putback. So I just think that, this guy, when he's given the opportunity, like James always said, he got to be ready to answer that call.
And before you go, James, I want to ask Rob this because you shared this story before, but are you happy for him on a personal level? Because I know when that trade went down and then it got rescinded, you had been through something similar. You sent him a note, so you've been kind of watching closely.
Yeah, because, you can get down on yourself and feel like, do I belong? You belong. And you can see how bad Charlotte wanted you.
Yeah.
They was getting mad. They tried to, hey, no, the trade should be good. Mm-hmm. That should make you feel good as a player because it's not what the Lakers were trying to do. It's what the other team was doing. They know what they see. They know what they will have if they got you on the team. So you have to use every bit of thing that you can find to motivate you. Mm-hmm. And for him, what better place to be motivated is in an LA Laker uniform? Yeah. You got a chance to win a championship. Yep. You got a chance to play alongside the greatest players to ever do it and one of the upcoming greatest players to ever do it. So this is a golden time for you to even get your shine on and also just play good basketball.
When you were advising him, did you advise him not to throw a towel into the coach's bed?
If you want to get out, that's what you do.
Don't do that. No, man, I love Dalton, man. When he came here, he was the talk of training camp. And in those first few weeks, we just thought we had, a gem getting him at the 17th pick. And, I'm kind of glad the trade got rescinded a little bit. You know what I mean? Because he's really good, and I think, as a young player, I'm glad, Rob, you text him to, let him know that, it's just part of the business. He's a commodity in this league.
Yeah.
And, his offensive rebound, he just doesn't spectate. Hit a couple threes, ball went up, nobody boxed him out. He went in there and got that dunk. He does have long arms, so his defense can be pretty good as a team defender. He's not going to lock anybody up, but he's learning. And I think he's gaining confidence, and he's back home.
So, guys, we do have some time before we get to JJ, so I do want to give Vando some love. The team is 13-2 when he plays basketball for the Los Angeles Lakers. Mm-hmm. And I know I've said this a lot of times, but that's why we were all year last year, man, we miss Vando. We miss Vando. If they're going to get the playoffs and make a run, you're going to need Vando. Not always going to get you points. It's not only going to show up in the box score, but tonight, Rob, it actually did. He's 8 points and 9 rebounds, and some of those offensive rebounds to keep possessions alive. 5 of them, James? 5 offensive rebounds. Those are game winners. That's what everyone calls winning plays.
Those are winning plays. Those are impactors.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And people who really know basketball understand the importance of guys like Vando because they're not going to get a lot of love. They're not going to get the endorsements. They're not going to get talked about on whatever sports show it may be. But his teammates will always love him because they're going to look over and says, if you got to get in the trenches, what guy's going to have your back? Dog. It's going to be Vando. He plays hard each and every night. And like I said earlier, it's contagious. And he just wants to play basketball. Think about how often he sat over there and knowing he could be in. That foot was not healthy. And think about his last game before he got hurt before the season ended, what he did in Boston. What he did with no AD and no LeBron.
The way he was playing Tatum that game. In one half, by the way.
Yes, and to me, that's just, that's indicative of what he can do for this team. And people who say, well, he can't shoot, can't do this, but it doesn't matter. He makes winning plays, like you said.
Yeah.
Led the team in rebounding today?
You said it.
Vanderbilt. It's almost as if he's been over on the bench watching, especially since, AD's gone. He's like, we need rebounding. That's the kind of player he is. Mm-hmm. His defense is always going to stand out. He knows but now he's like, we need some rebounding. And on that one possession, he got 2 or 3 offensive rebounds in the same, possession. So he's and he missed 4 or 5 going after them, tipping them.
Wasn't there a late block on Zubac from behind too? Mm-hmm. That was crazy.
So he's he's an amazing team player, and
I know, man.
Sometimes you have superstars on your team. Like we had Magic and Kareem, but I was always like Coop. Coop was vital, man. He was vital defense. He hit some big shots when he had to. He had the spirit, and Vander has that toughness.